You're foolish, the knight who probably should have been a baker instead.
Once upon a time, in the magnificent kingdom of Butterbut, there lived a knight so powerful, so fearless, so undeniably heroic. Wait, hold on, that's the wrong story. Let's start over. There lived a knight named Sir Foolish, and he was, without a doubt, the single most useless knight in the history of knighthood. His sword was always dull because he kept using it to spread butter. His armor was so rusty that peasants often mistook him for a pile of old pots, and his battle strategy mostly involved screaming and hoping his enemies got too confused to fight back. But despite his staggering incompetence, Sir Foolish was still technically a knight, mostly because King Butterbottom had accidentally knighted him during a particularly aggressive sneezing fit.
The quest for the golden toaster.
One fateful morning, King Butterbottom summoned his knights to the royal hall. Unfortunately, all the competent knights were busy doing knightly things like slaying dragons, rescuing princesses, or taking really long naps, so he had to settle for Sir Foolish. The king stood on his throne, waving a burnt piece of bread dramatic. "Sir, a tragedy has befallen the kingdom," Sir Foolish gasped. "Has an enemy army invaded?" "Worse," the king bellowed. "Someone has stolen the golden toaster of Evercrisp." The court gasped. A peasant fainted. Somewhere in the distance, a chicken clucked in sheer horror. Sir Foolish, however, just scratched his helmet. My lord, do we really need a golden toaster?" "Of course we do," the king snapped. "It is a royal toaster. It makes the crispiest, fluffiest, most majestically toasted toast in all the land." Sir Foolish nodded solemnly. He still didn't fully understand why toast was worth risking his life over, but he was too afraid to ask more questions. "Do you know who took it?" he asked. The king narrowed his eyes. "We believe it was stolen by a dragon." Sir Foolish's stomach dropped. He wasn't just afraid of dragons. He was absolutely, horrifyingly terrified of them. He was also scared of butterflies, loud sneezes, and soup that was too hot. But that was beside the point. But he was a knight. And knights do not back down from danger, mostly because they aren't smart enough to think of a good excuse in time. "I shall retrieve the toaster, my lord," he declared. Then, in a majestic display of knighthood, he spun on his heel and marched straight into a wall. That's it for today. If you want part 2, all you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment part 2. Okay, bye.